Hello, I'm Warhammer Joey and this is episode 7 and it's my battle report. Wood Elves versus Tomb Kings. Yeah. Wood Elves versus Tomb King. Yeah. So, it was a good day. I went in about 10:30, maybe a bit later. No, it was 10:30. I went in at 10:30 and set up and I was really nervous. And one of my dryads, Treeman, turned into a Threevus because his arm fell off and I couldn't glue it back on. So he didn't look as menacing, and I had him as my branch wraith as well, so that was a bit disappointing. But I set them all up, and here is a picture around here of how it looked to begin with, and there's me around there looking very startled with my paper because I was just writing some stuff down as I went along. But I don't know how this battle report is as a standard, but I couldn't film in there, and it would have been too long as it was. It was about 4.5 hours, but it was a good day. I didn't do anything as I planned to. I kind of winged it, but the people in there were really helpful. I got a few people looking in on what was happening and giving advice, and yeah, I got a bit of a fan club going on, just helping my Wood Elves. But it was good. I just wish that I had done things maybe a little bit differently, but the feedback has been great on the battle report, so there's a written version as well. I'll put the links to that below, and of the forums that it's on. And yeah, here it is. Tomb Kings versus my Wood Elves. I win the roll, so I start first with my Wood Elves. And I do the movement, so what I did was the dryads and the trees behind me. The treekin are in front as my offensive hit me hard first unit, and that's all I did. I had my Glade Guard to the left of me and just kept them there so they could just shoot the opposing, or the one that was opposite, the Tomb Guard. And my skirmish guys in the middle. My Tree Singer, if you can see in the pictures, is with the Glade Guard, the bigger unit, in front. So then we have phase 1, magic, level 1 spell singer, and a branch wraith as well, so he does tree singing too. I roll on the branch wraith, Call of the Hunt, and I don't use it. I just continue with tree singing. Probably a mistake. I made quite a few mistakes, you'll see as I go through them, and I'm aware of most of them as well, but if you can think of any, let me know. So I do tree singing on both. I move the dryads that are in there, I move them a little bit forward, and then it's the shooting phase. So I took out 4 skeleton archers with my Glade Guard that were opposite, and I think that's it. No wounds using Glade Guard. Oh, the skirmish guys that were in the... Sorry, I'm reading this off here, so it might be a bit of a shambles. The skirmish Glade Guard that are in the woods as well, I try hit the chariots. Massive waste. It doesn't do anything because their toughness is too high, so I just wasted that shot. And there's no combat, so that's me. Tomb King, on their first turn, their movement was charges my Glade Riders. Glade Riders, not what? No, Glade Riders it is. With their chariots into my Glade Riders. I roll 3 dice to flee, and I succeed. No damage taken. So I run 8 inches back and avoid any damage. And because they're charging me, they can't shoot at me. So that was a good outcome, really. The skeletons stayed where they were. I just think he left them there. Magic, he had 2 dice. One was a 6 and a 1, so he rolled 7. I got 6 dispel, and I dispel it. So no magic for you, sir. No. And shooting phase, one of my Glade Guard died. And it was a sad moment. It really was. I gave him a mental telepathic funeral, and that was him done. So only 1 dead. That's not a bad go. So turn 2 of the Wood Elves, I do my movement. So I charge my Treekin straight in the chariots. I don't give a crap. I'm 3 giant Treemen. I'm not scared of chariots, so I get right up in there. And I fail to rally my fleeing glade riders, and I lose all respect. So they've failed me as a unit. They've just sodded off behind. They don't care what's going on. So I don't care what's happening to them either. I move my glade guard with the spell singer in. I move them 5 inches forward, so I get maximum damage from being closer range. And then it's the magic. Now at this point, a guy in Games Workshop, just a random guy, was standing there watching, which is fine. And I use tree singing, and I move my central woods forward 3 inches. And at that moment, he goes, and I'm looking nervously, like, oh no, what do I do? And there's a couple of guys around there just having a gander of what's going on. And I just, in the end, stand by my decision with conviction. And I'm like, yeah, that's where they're going. So, in theory, I really should have listened to you, random guy, because you were right. Should have moved him back. But that's what I did. And the chariots wound one of my Treekin after I kind of messed them up a little bit. But I shot 3 skeletons with the glade guard and the spell singer. So 3 of them gone. I think I'm doing all right there so far. I don't really care about that unit. So this is the bit where we were both, the Tomb Kings and me, both misinformed. So with my Treekin, I roll 10 dice because one of my Treekin is an elder. So I roll away and I completely destroy one of his chariots, which is great. And then he takes one of mine out. And then it's time for Stomp. Now, Stomp, I've been informed, can't do that on chariots. Other units too. But did it anyway. Not that it helped me at all, but I ended up messing up both of his. Well, I kill another chariot, and the other one crumbles to dust. So that was awesome. I still have 1 Treekin left, 2 Treekin left, no chariots, all gone. So take that. The Tomb King's turn 2. So Apophis decides to just turn up right behind my glade guard, and I'm a little bit scared. He's just rear-ending me, just completely turned up out of the blue, burrowed from the sand or the woods or wherever he's come from, and is just standing creepily behind me, you know, like too close where you can kind of feel them breathing on you. So I'm a little bit anxious at this so far. He's not done anything yet, but I don't like his presence. Magic, he resurrects 2 guys, and I'm standing there like, I just killed you. You can't just come back. I killed you, you're dead. That's not fair. So I lose 3 glade guard. It's just what happens, and I telepathically mourn them, and it's fine. Combat, another Treekin died. The one with the viney face. It was really sad. And killed 3 more guys. Oh, killed 3 more of them. I'm attacking his Death Star unit with the Treekin, so I kill them. I correctly use Stomp here against those ones, and kill 3 of his men. No wounds retaliation for me because of a ward save. Yeah. So still got 1 guy left. I'm cool with it. So on my 3rd turn, I don't do any movement, but I manage to rally the Glade Riders. Thanks for showing up. after missing a whole turn, they've decided to join in again just for fun. So I have them back. There's no other movement for that, but I do tree singing and move my woods so they're kind of side by side, and just blocking off the Death Star unit a little bit from coming towards me. Shooting is where I could have used the Hail of Doom arrow, but I don't. I just shoot the opposite unit and kill 5 of them, so there's a few left. And combat is just with my Treekin. The last one, he kills one guy and gets killed himself. So I have no Treekin left at all, and still a sizable amount of Tomb Kings left. At this point, it's been 2.5 hours, so I go for a walk and get some lunch, because I'm hungry, and I've been there all afternoon. And I come back, and he's resurrected a few of his guys, and killed one of mine, and Apophis, who's standing behind me, has just released some 1,000-year-old corpse rotting breath, and killed 5 of them and the standard bearer. So the rest of them are looking around like, nah, we'll just go. I'm not dealing with that. So they've gone. I've lost my spell singer, my entire Glade Guard unit, and the rest, they've just gone. So I don't have them now, and I've lost my Hail of Doom arrow. No. So I'm cross. I am cross now. So it's turn 4, my go, and my movement, I've moved my Dryads because I think, right, now it's on. This is on. I'm getting them out of the woods. I'm not tree singing them any longer. I'm coming to you now. So they're out of there. I dispelled, the magic that I did was dispelled with my remaining Branch Wraith. And I managed with my scouts to shoot Apophis and take 1 wound. He's got 3, so I've wounded him. Good, doesn't really do anything. And then I'm in combat with the Tomb Guard massive unit, and he's got a Lich in there, I think, and another guy. So there's no hope. And my Dryads, again, are like, nope, bye, and flee. So at this point, what I have left are 50% of my Dryads, the Scouts in the middle, and the Glade Riders, who are just kind of walking about. So no Treekin, Spell Singer, or Glade Guard. I'm pretty shafted. So the Tomb King's turn. He's moved Apophis with this flying in between my 2 woods. So I've got one here, and he's in between, if you can see on the picture there. And I dispel the magic, so no regen. 2 of my scout guys in the middle, he kills them. So the other 3, they take a leadership test, and they're cool with it. They just stay. They're not bothered. They're in the trees, so they're feeling good. And where's my other paper? Here we go. Nope, they're fine where they are. And my so that's them. That's his go, and then it's my go. So I've got my Glade Guard. I move them in, but I'm trying to kind of kite him, his unit. I don't want to take any damage because they've got the halberds. So I'm at the side there, and the Dryads have fleed 7 inches back. But with my 3 scouts left, I kill Apophis, and that is a mistake because he explodes into a lot of scarabs and takes out 3 of my cavalry, another scout, and I have barely anything left. But the scout, I'd have to take a leadership test. He passes. He doesn't give a crap. No, he's just in the middle of the trees, like. And I didn't really like those guys that much, but I'm staying. So, full respect for that guy. He was great. And then it's the Tomb King's go, and he pivots his army, and magic, I don't dispel, he regens the army, and it's looking bad. And the shooting, 2 deaths. So So at this point, I have 1 scout, 3 cavalry, and a fleeing set of dryads, about 5 of them. And I call the match. I'm gone. There's no coming back from this. I've just lost. I take the defeat. And yeah, that's my battle. 4.5 hours worth of me being in there, and it was a lot of fun. But I started so well. I could have done a lot of different things, but I didn't. I made classic mistakes, and that's how it goes. Just, it's trial and error. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about my army yet, but you know, he played a good game and he bought me lunch afterwards. So even though I lost, I got free lunch. So that was my battle, and I learned lots of things, especially from the feedback of my battle report that I put on the forums, and that is, Stomp doesn't work on the chariots and other stuff. And from Dengham, he says to take out the main guy, like the Hierophant, because when you do that, it stops the regeneration and takes a certain amount of them off each turn. So that's something that I didn't know, but will apply to the next battle, and it's a rematch. It is on. We're doing it again. But it's all about learning, you know. I don't know these things yet, you do, and if you have any more tips for me, feel free to, you know, post a battle report of your own, even if it's not Wood Elves. Just, you know, how you play, and you know, if you're more tactical, offensive player or defensive player. I took a bit of the defensive. I tried to wait it out so I didn't show my card straight away, but that didn't help me when it came to the Hail of Doom, because I didn't get to use it. So, you know, maybe you're quite a hard and fast player, let me know. But the hero of the week is Jay, who was there with me in Games Workshop from Giants Lair, and he was so helpful because both of us, the Team King and me, we didn't really know a great deal yet about how our armies work, so he was really giving us tips and pointers, and was just really nice to, you know, guiding us through the battle. So thank you for that. That was really great, and he went to lunch with us as well, so great guy. But I will be back maybe the end of next weekend, because next week is my birthday. Yeah! So I'm away in London. I'm going to pop into the Games Workshop in London and see what they got going on in there. But yeah, I won't be too long. I should get a video out next weekend, hopefully on Saturday, of my Games Workshop experience and showing the guys my my miniatures there. So I'll see you next week, and I will be about online if you want to message me or leave comments. But subscribe if you like this, and like if you want to, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.